What is going on, you guys? Stab X4 here, or not Stab X4, that was my old channel. I'm still getting used to that. Stab is here today, and we are back with another Showdown Live, this time in the OU tier and solo. Last time we did it live, we did it with Trev, Galate, and NU. If you have not seen it yet, it's in the Showdown Lives playlist if you want to go check that other video out. Anyway, today, I know it's Shark Week, but I didn't make this team during Shark Week, so this is kind of unintentional, but I did want to use Mega Sharpedo in the OU tier, so my friend Ashley and I kind of built this team together, and we decided on Mega Sharpedo, classic Mega Sharpedo OU set with Protect to get our Mega Evolution, Waterfall for Water Stab, and then we got Crunch and Ice Wind to take advantage of Strong Jaw, which Mega Sharpedo gets once it Mega Evolves. Next we use Landorus Therian, and the reason I use Landorus is I really wanted to use a Swords Dance set. And I thought, what better item to throw on Swords Dance than Earthquake to make the Earthquake attack hella strong. And we also have Stone Edge U-turn. Now this EV spread is really specific. I think it has something to do with Excadrill and a few other guys, but I will leave it in the description just because I did make this team like 2 weeks ago, and I kind of forget what the specific EVs were for. But I do know that we do have enough defense and HP combination that we're not OHKO'd by, or 2KO'd by Talonflame and Bravebird, unless it is banded, but we should be good there. We have our own Talonflame. Talonflame's kind of one of the best revenge killers in the OU, at least in my opinion, and we do have a banded variant to make Bravebird very strong, and with Priority Gale, because it does break through a lot of teams. Flare Blitz, kind of dual stab right there. U-turn to get out of bad situations, mainly Heatrans and Tyranitars. And then we do have Roost instead of Will-O-Wisp. I usually run Will-O-Wisp, but on this team it was more important for Talonflame to be as healthy as possible, so we do have that in that regard. Next we're running Special Defense Clayble, just because with those first 3 mons we were kind of really Keldeo weak, and we need something special defensive wall to kind of mitigate that weakness. We are running Stealth Rock on Clefable today, just because it is something that I've noticed on the tier, on the ladder. I'm sorry, not on the tier. But what I have noticed is that Stealth Rock on Clefable is not that common, so I figured it'd be a nice surprise fact. We do a Moonblast for our attack. This is a mono attack, he said, which isn't that bad, but it is kind of walled by Heatran and Scissor to an extent. Well, Clefable's always walled by Heatran, but the Scissor kind of gives us problems because of that. We do have Hillbell, just because with Landorus and the Sharpedo running around, we are kind of susceptible to Will-O-Wisp and other forms of status. So I figured if we had a Cleric form role for Clefable to play, it would help our team out a lot. And then we have Soft Boil for recovery. Next we have Latios. Latios is kind of the default defogger, just because we do have a Talonflame running around, and Sharpedo doesn't appreciate taking Stealth Rocks and other hazards when it comes in, so we do have that utility. Psyshock and Draco are kind of just obligatory stabs that you run on Latios, and we are running an HP Fire variant, just because I did mention kind of with Clefable that we don't really have a good answer to Scissor other than ban a Talonflame locked into Flare Blitz, but at the same time, if Talonflame gets locked in Flare Blitz, it kind of gets trapped by Heatran and Tyranitar. Well, not so much Tyranitar, but definitely Heatran, and that's not a situation that I'd like to be in. Our last Pokemon here is a bulky Swords Dance Scissor, and the reason we got that is more so because Weavile is a huge threat in OU, and Scissor is one of the best stops to it, and then we didn't really have much setup sweepers outside of Landorus, but Swords Dance Scissor actually does come in very handy in this team. We're just running a max HP, near max HP, max attack, Adamant set, and then we have 8 in there to outspeed other Scissors, and I believe we outspeed Rotom unless Rotom runs speed, so that's fine for us as well. Anyway, without further ado, let's go ahead and find some battles. We are on Cheeto Taco today. My friends Trev and Togue, and pretty much all of us have a Cheeto Burrito, which is kind of our Hita Fajita series, but I decided to make a play off of that. So we're going to go ahead and get to the OU tier and not use that team. Is it this team? It is this team. Alright, so we're going to get a battle. Hopefully it doesn't take forever to get a battle, but I'm going to pause until we find one. Alright guys, we're finally back. It took a while for us to actually get a battle on this ladder, but he's running a pretty standard OU team with a Sableye and most likely Mega Sableye, which is going to be kind of a big deal unless Clefable stays alive, but he's more than likely going to lead off with Garchomp or Weavile. What we can do is we can just lead off with our Clefable and get up our Stealth Rock. He actually leads off Heatran, which I guess is fine. We can take one of whatever this Heatran wants to go for, so I am going to go for the Moonblast right straight away. I expect him to go for the Taunt, and we do break his balloon, so that's nice. What we can do now is we can actually stay in a Moonblast again, because I want to see if... Okay, he set up his Stealth Rocks. I do want to go for it one more time, because if he... Okay, he has Flash Cannon, he got a crit. That's actually kind of bad, but we can do now is because he's faster than us, we can switch out to our Landers. Hopefully he doesn't take an opportunity to go for a... he actually just goes for the Taunt, which is great for us. We have no reason here not to click Earthquake, just because he has nothing that really wants to come in on Earthquake. If he wants to bring a Weavile, it's going to take a hell of a lot of damage. He actually brings a Garchomp, which is going to be 2-hit KO'd by this, so that's not that bad at all. He is more than likely, actually, fuck, he got a flinch, that's not good. But Dragon Tail does have a chance to miss, so we are going to, Dragon Rush, I should say, does have a chance to miss, and Earthquake is going to kill us, so I'm going to try to get up my, actually, I'm just going to go for Moonblast. He is going to go for the Earthquake. He is not choice, he's just a fast Garchomp. He's just a fast, bulky Chomp, and what we can do here is we can go to Latios, and I believe he's at range where Psyshock will actually knock him out. But I don't want to do that at the same time, just because Weavile will come in and Pursuit Trap us. Although we don't really need Lottie, so we can click the Draco, knock him out. He is going to bring a Weavile. More than likely, he's going to try to go for Pursuit on the first turn. He actually brings it Sableye, which is great because we can go for the Defog on it. He goes for Will-O-Wisp, which is fine. It's going to allow us to get rid of the rocks. What we can do is we can just hit him with a... Actually, that's not good. We want a Talonflame now because his most likely switch in being an offensive Sableye is going to be the Heatran. So we are going to go for the U-turn. He actually stays in. He's Prankster Wisp. We can go back out to Lottie. And we will be able to eat that. He will not be able to kill us. So... Wow, my screen just got really big. I'm not going to fuck with that. But we can drop a Draco. And he comes in with his Heatran, which is fine. Burn. We should go down to Life Orb plus Burn. But we are going to get a free switch into our Landers. At which point we can go for the Earthquake pretty safely. We could set up a Swords Dance, but at the same time, I really don't want him to go for Lava Plume and wreck our shit. So we're just going to click Earthquake and knock out this Heatran, which is going to open us up to possibly some shit with our Scissor. He goes into Keldeo here. We don't really have a switch for Keldeo, especially especially like a Hydro Pump. So our best play is actually going to be to stay in and go for another Earthquake. If he kills us with Hydro Pump, that's fine. Now we can actually go into Scissor and we can start setting up. Except the fact that he has a Sableye. But what we can do is we can bring in Talonflame, and we have no reason not to click. Brave Bird, and that is going to knock out Keldeo pretty easily. We might be in range for Weavile's Ice Shard, which could be kind of bad. But at the same time, God damn, I gotta fix this. Hold on. My keyboard is actually not working right now, so we gotta do this on-screen keyboard. I'm sorry about this. Oh, god damn it. Son of a bitch. Oh, well, fuck it. Yeah, so he brings a Weavile. What we can do is... See, we got a couple options. He's either gonna go for Knockoff, or he's gonna go for the Ice Shard. He doesn't actually go for Ice Shard, and we knock Weavile down to the Sash, which is good for us because now It's good for us because now he switches out into Sableye for whatever reason and sacks it, which is fine for us. He does have Zam left, but we do have Scizor and Sharpedo, which can both take that on. And here, it's fine because we can actually just click Bullet Punch. We can just click Bullet Punch and knock out Weavile. And then we can go for Bullet Punch on Alakazam to break its sash, which is fine. Yeah. Definitely the best play. Especially if he has like a random hidden power fire. He actually has Mega Alakazam, which is fine. Because we will be able to 2-KO that. And I don't think he can, yeah, he just goes for Calm Mind. And we will win this game, the first game of the live, as he's going to forfeit, which is fine. Yeah, so this team pretty much ran through his team once his Heatran went down. This team actually, despite having Mega Sharpedo, really struggles with Heatran. So that is kind of a problem. I really want to get this fixed. No. Hang on, I'm going to pause it while I try to fix this. And we're back. And we're going to get another battle because apparently Chrome has a handy little zoom thing where you don't have to hunt for it. This team looks fucking bullshit. He's most likely going to lead off with either Shuckle or the Breloom. I'm not too worried about Shuckle just because we do have Defog on Lottie to get rid of the hazards. We can actually just lead off with our... I don't know, Scizor puts in work on this team, so it's probably not that great of an idea to lead off with it. But then again, he has really nothing outside of Umbreon. Oh fuck it, we can just lead off with Bird, because Bird is actually stopped by Shuckle. Alright, he leads off Ferro. More than likely he's going to get Rocks up, so what we can do is we can go out to Landorus. And what Landorus is going to do is a +3. It's a guaranteed OHKO of a... it's a guaranteed OHKO of Ferrothorn. So, predicting his Protect, I'm going to Swords Dance again. And he actually doesn't go for Protect. He goes for Sub, which is very interesting. Sub Ferrothorn. Oh well, we can just click Earthquake, and we will be able to get... He's not going to be able to kill us with Gyro Ball plus Seeds, which is fine. But, I'm actually going to go for Stone Edge. Predicted him to go for the... He actually stays in. That's not good. We do need to break this up. We do have Hidden Power Fire on Lottie, but he can't really pass the sub, which... Alright, so now we just bring in our Lottie. If he goes at the Umbreon, we get a Defog. But I believe that it's taken enough damage that it will go down to HP Fire. Yes. Alright, so that's done. Umbreon does not get Pursuit, which is fine for us. If he brings out Shuckle... But it's very interesting. He may not have Stealth Rock on Shuckle because he had it on... I'm actually just go right out to Clefable. As he's actually going to go for the Toxic, which is fine for us. And now I can pretty much spam the... I can set up Stealth Rock here. If he goes out to Loom and he does it, that's fine. Yeah, and I can pretty much spam Moonblast. I should be able to take one hit from the... I should be able to take one hit from Hawlucha. Yeah, more than likely. Yeah, so he just goes down. That was a misplay. He should have subbed again. But yeah, that's going to be a forfeit because apparently... that guy had no idea how to use Hawlucha. Third battle here. Pretty basic team with a Mega Gardevoir and a Conch. And if we can weaken the... Well, if we get damage on Garchomp and we get the Conkeldurr out of the way, Shark can win. Yeah, so what we can do here, More than likely, his lead will be either the Ferrothorn or the Garchomp. In which case, Clefable is a good lead because we can get up our Stealth Rocks to break a potential Sash and Weavile and just to wear down that Conkeldurr a little bit. He's gonna go for his Stealth Rocks, and now we don't really have any reason not to go for Moonblast. If he goes up to Ferrothorn, which he more than likely will, I kind of want to stay in just because I want to see if he has Thunder Wave. And he ends up going straight for Gyro Ball. Gyro Ball did 67. So what we can do is we can actually just like go into our Landorus now. At -1, he should not be able to, yeah. And we can just click Earthquake. As he brings in his Slowbro. Slowbro is going to go down to 2. He hits Citrus Berry. Why did he have Citrus Berry? Alright, we can just go into Lottie and drop Dracos. Well, actually, what we can do is we can go into our Clefable and we can go for the Soft Boil. Burn doesn't matter at all. And we can just go and Soft Boil up. Because our Stealth Rocks are up. I couldn't remember if I put Stealth Rocks up or not. Yeah, so Slowbro does hit a Light Screen, but we can go out to Lottie now and we can go for Defog. I don't expect him to go to Weavile. Yeah, he goes to Ferrothorn. Actually, predicting another Gyro Ball. We need to go into Landorus first. And now we can just go for the Earthquake plus U-turn should knock out Slowbro, so... Well, actually, not really. But we can just go for the U-turn to save this, and we can go back into Clef. Is that a good play? Yeah, that's definitely a good play, because more than likely he's going for Scald again. If this is dual screen Slowbro, which it's not, so he's more than likely just going to go into his Ferrothorn. Eventually what's going to happen is Ferrothorn will be worn down to the point where we can just keep clicking. We can stall him out of Gyro, actually. So we did that, and problem is we don't really have a switch in for Gyro Ball. But what we can do is we can go to our Scissor and just keep clicking Roost. More than likely what's going to happen is he's going to bring in his Slowbro on us. Or not Slowbro, Garchomp. But we can just Roost up. And this Garchomp has Fire Blast. Our best play is to go into Clef again. Actually, that's not true. Our best play is to go into Lottie and then go for okay, he went for Earthquake. Problem is I don't know if we can kill a Draco from there, so we're gonna switch into our Clefable. So he goes to his Gardevoir. We can actually try to softball on this. And he's just gonna go back out to Pharaoh, so we will get 2 softballs and we can continue to stall him out of Gyro Balls. Because we can definitely take one from full. I wonder how many Gyro Balls is that? That's 1. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7. And now we just go back into Scissor and he wastes his last Gyro Ball. That's fine. Alright, that should be 8 Gyro Balls. And what we can do here is we can go back into our Clefable now because he shouldn't have any more. Unless I miscounted, that's actually 7, but I think that's 8. Which means now that Clefable is our automatic switch into stuff like Leech Seed and other things like that. And he might forfeit, actually, because I was such a dick. I made his Ferrothorn offensively useless. Yeah, he goes into guard now, and we actually should not be able to take a Hyper Voice. Best play. Yeah, he definitely outspeeds us, and he's more than likely going for Hyper Voice. So we can try to go for Softball. I don't think we will actually succeed. We actually lived a Psychic because that was actually a big misplay on his part. He should have gone for Hyper Voice. Now we can go for Moonblast, and 2 Moonblast should actually, yeah, 2 Moonblast will actually knock out Ferrothorn, so that's fine. Or not, but he goes for Power Whip instead, which means we can actually just go for Softball. He only has 8 power-ups too, so we can definitely, unless he gets a crit, just stall him out of power-ups. Well, actually, we can just click Moonblast now, as Ferrothorn will go down. So that means he doesn't really have much for Clefable anymore. He has to bring his Gardevoir, and now he has to go for Moonblast. I don't want Scissor to take extra damage, so I'm just going to fire off my own Moonblast, as we do live that Psychic again. And we do get a special attack drop. And what we can do is we might be able to go out to Shark, but is that a good play? Actually, we can go to Scissor, and we can go for... He goes for Calm Mind, which is fine, because now we can just go for Bullet Punch. If he goes out to Garchomp, I'm not too worried. Just because I'd rather have Gardevoir dead than Garchomp out. Alright, so he's going to forfeit. At that point, Lottie was at good enough health where we would have been able to kill the Conch, and then pretty much Shark would have ripped through his team. Yeah, so we're going to go ahead and move out of that one and into another one. What time are we at? I want to keep this under like 35 minutes. So I think this is going to be the last battle, actually. This looks like a potential... This just looks like straight Hyper offense, actually. Mega Absol, Mammoth Swine. Rocks will not actually help us, but what we can do is we can lead off with Clefable, and we can go for a Moonblast right away. He actually leads off with Cloyster. Yeah, we need to go... We need to go for Moonblast because we need to get him down to the point where Talonflame can come in and kill him, or Scissor can come in and kill him with the... and that's more than fine. What we're going to try to do here is we're going to try to go for our Stealth Rock. And he gets a crit on that Icicle Spear, which actually mattered because... well, actually, I don't know if that mattered, but... the point is, we can go into Scissor, and we can just go for a Bullet Punch. If he burns us with Volk, that would be kind of bad. But at the same time, I don't think he'll save this, because he's only at 3%. But he is going to go out to Volcarona. Please don't. We got burned. That is kind of a big problem. We'll just go out to Bird. His best check to Bird is actually Talon. Yeah, his best check to Bird is actually his Mammoth Swine, which actually is 2 KO'd, but anyway, so... Yeah, that's a solid 2 KO. Now we are faster than Mammoth Swine, so that's not a solution, bro. That is not a solution. Alright, so he sacks off Mammoth Swine, and he forfeits. So we can actually get one more. I don't think he knew that he was going to get 2 KO'd. This will be actually the last battle. As you see from the Pokemon he has here, Mega Sharpedo just wrecks his team. All I got to really do is get a little bit of damage on Rotom, and then we should be able to win. So what we're going to do is we're going to set up some rocks. He has Starmie to get rid of the rocks, but he has no, like... He's just going to lead right off with Starmie. We are especially defensive, so we should be able to take it rather well. If you switch out like Gengar, we can go straight into our Scissor. Now, some Gengars recently are actually carrying the Will-O-Wisp, probably for the pivot from Clefable to Scissor. So we gotta be careful of that. But we can actually just set up rocks to pressure him to go for Rapid Spin. And we click the timer. Okay. So he's taking quite a bit to decide what he wants to do. We're gonna pause it and be right back. Alright, so he ended up going for the Hydro Pump and missing. So we got rocks up for free. Now we can go for Moonblast. If he wants to go for Spin, that's fine too. But he actually just goes for Hydro Pump, and we get a nice chunk off on that Starmie. Now we can't really risk him having Ice Beam, and that Hydro Pump actually did a lot. So that means he's more than likely. Actually, that was just straight up. That was just straight up fucking Life Orb. Wow. Well, that wasn't even Life Orb, was what I should say. Alright, so we got a couple choices here. We don't specifically need Clefable, just because we do have Scissor to handle Umbreon. So I am going to Moonblast again. If he misses, it's good for us, and he actually does. So now we should stay in, because he has a choice. He either needs to go for Rapid Spin to get rid of the rocks, or he needs to go for the Hydro Pump and try to kill. And he doesn't even kill. So our rocks will be up for the rest of the game. Unless he is Spin on Scissor too. Spin on, not on Scissor, but, I am going to go out to Scissor, because Scissor actually handles Beedrill pretty well. And he might just go straight for Poison Jab, and that's actually what he does. So I'm going to get this opportunity to go for a nice Swords Dance. He should not have anything to straight up kill us. He does have Drill Run, but that doesn't actually kill. So that doesn't even kill. That doesn't even come close to killing. Now we can go for a Bullet Punch. If he goes into his Umbreon, he will die to 2 Bullet Punches, I believe. Yeah, he will die to 2 Bullet Punches twice over, and I'm not even going to risk. I'm not even going to risk, actually. Well, actually, we should be faster, because at minimum, unless he's running speed on Umbreon, which would be dumb. But we're just gonna play Bug Bite now, and he will go down. That was actually a pretty annoying threat. Not a very big threat, but definitely an annoying one. And now we can just click Bullet Punch and beat this Gengar. His team is gonna get swept by +2 Scissor, and he will forfeit. So that was actually a decent live. If you guys want me to use this team again, leave your approval in the comments. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video. Likes are nice. I like likes. And if you haven't, you can go ahead and check out some of my other content. And if you feel like that's something you want to be a part of, you are more than welcome to subscribe. Anyway, I'm Stab, and I will see you guys next time.